East Texas Now's second edition of our vet project with one of our in-house vets here. Please welcome Dr. Laura Cawthon from the Animal Medical Center of Tyler, both the founder and the owner. Thanks for joining us here.
Oh yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so first off, we are talking all things pet personalizations here at first. I know that I have my own pet, and so I am inundated with these ads about how you can get these like shipped to home, curated for your pet, and it's the only thing that's good for your pet to eat, you know, that kind of thing. And I don't know how much of it is fear-mongering and how much of it is, no, we really do need to have a conversation about, you know, dogs maybe eating kibble or things of that nature and how healthy it is. So let's jump into it. Like I said, there's recently been a push for some pet personalizations here when it comes to dog food. Several companies like Petco actually offer custom food for your pets, kind of meeting in the middle of sorts, based on their breed, maybe some possible allergies that are associated with that breed. So is it actually helpful for pets, and what's the benefits when it comes to
know, I think for sure pet nutrition is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It definitely should be something that's customized based on that dog, based on their lifestyle, their age, their breed, and maybe some underlying health conditions. I will say, you know, allergies, you mentioned allergies, and I think there's some misconceptions regarding allergies. Food allergies actually pretty rare in dogs, but other allergies are very common, like pollens, grasses, weeds, and things like that, and there can be food, there can be nutrition that helps support good skin health, even if it's not a true food allergy. But there's a lot of misinformation out there, but I definitely think it should be customized to your pet and their needs based on health conditions, age, and everything else.
Yeah, so just checking in with a vet then.
Absolutely.
Hey, we're thinking about switching this up. Do you think this would be more beneficial from what you're saying?
Absolutely. I think that, you know, the number one thing I look for in a pet food, first and foremost, is that they've got an AAFCO feeding label. AAFCO. It's an organization that kind of just tries to make sure these foods are tested, have what they say they have in them, and actually hold these companies accountable to what's in their product. And so the AAFCO feeding label is first and foremost. Make sure it's got that. If it's got that, then you look to your veterinarian. Maybe your dog's got an underlying condition of pancreatitis. Well, those dogs cannot take high-fat foods. So what may be a farmer's dog, you know, it may be a really great food for some pets. It may be way too high in fat for your dog. So that needs to come, there needs to be a conversation. It definitely needs to be a conversation with your veterinarian rather than your, you know, stock boy at the pet store.
Maybe not the most biased opinion on the market there. I had no idea about the AAFCO food label too. That's a really good tip.
Yeah.
We're going to continue our pet food conversation now. Now to some of those kibble brands that I kind of touched on at the beginning there. They're generally processed. They're generally mass produced. So companies like the Farmer's Dog is kind of who I was talking about with ads and things of that nature, inundating my social media. They're just making a hard push for more pet owners to switch over to fresh food. What would you recommend?
Well, like I said, I think it's customized. I think there's some dogs that absolutely cannot take fresh pet, or the farmer's dog. They absolutely cannot use those. And I think there can be a pelleted food that has been well studied that can be very nutritious. And so just because it's pelleted doesn't mean it's not been studied widely. It's not been formulated properly. So I think, you know, there's two sides to that story, and I think every dog should be matched with what would be appropriate for them.